Hello, this video is on how to use the CountIf function to make a frequency table for categorical data and also how to make a pie chart. We'll start with this set of data. A group of pet owners were asked what kind of pet they owned and the response is listed next to their name. We're going to use the CountIf function, which will go through all 104 people who were asked, and this function will return to us the number for each type of animal. If you have not used CountIf before, you can find it in the function toolbox of Excel, this little F sub X. In search for a function, type CountIf, then click Go. CountIf, you don't want the plural, CountIf appears, and you'll see there's range and criteria. Range is all of the original responses. So we're going to select all of those. The criteria is which response am I looking at. I'm going to click F6 because I want the criteria that's described in F6. Over here you can see that's dog in quotations. I'm going to back up to the range for a moment. Notice that the range does not have any dollar signs. I'm going to put that in so that when I drag this function, the range does not change and I don't end up missing any data. Click OK, and I have 47 of the 104 with dogs as a response. Now I can take this and drag it down, and it will give me a count for each different animal. So the pet dog has 47, pet cat has 29, the pet bird, there are 19 of them, and then 9 people had fish. There were 104 people. We can see at the bottom of our list that was person 104. To double check that we have all of the data accounted for, we can add together all of the data frequencies that we were given, equals sum, and add those. We get 104, which is all of our data. So here's our frequency table. If we want, we can make a relative frequency table. Remember, relative frequency is the proportion of time this occurs out of the total time. So we can have this in decimal form or we can have it in percent form. If I want to find the relative frequency for dogs, okay, that's going to take this 47, so equals 47, divided by 104, which was our total amount. I can take this, drag it down, and I get these relative frequencies in decimal form. If I were to add all of these together, that would give us a 1 in decimal form. To find relative frequency in percent form, just take your decimal form and multiply by 100. Okay. And if we add all of these together, we end up with 100 for 100%. Now that we have our relative frequency table, I want to make a pie chart with the pet name and the relative frequency in percent form. So I'm going to put a little percent symbol here. To make the pie chart, go to Insert at the top of the ribbon, go over to Charts, and select the one that looks like a circle. Right? Those are the Insert Pie or Donut chart. We want the straightforward two-dimensional pie graph. Now notice Excel has already put some data in, but it didn't really know what I wanted, and this graph is definitely not the graph I'm going for. So I'm going to delete what Excel put in and put in data myself. Go to Select Data at the top of our page under the Chart Design ribbon. For each of these legend entries, just click Remove if Excel has put something in that you don't want. Now that I'm done with this, I'm going to select Add. Under Series Value, I'm going to select all of the percents. Series Name, I'm just going to write Pet Types, and then click OK. If we look at the graph, that's looking more like something I'm interested in, but the legend or the labels are 1, 2, 3, 4, which does not really mean anything in terms of this graph. I'm going to edit the horizontal axis labels so that they are the actual pets. Click OK, and now you can see a pie chart where I've got the actual animal name, and the pie chart shows me the percent of all pets that correspond to that animal. Now, this is fantastic, but I would like in my pie chart the actual data values as well, the actual percent amounts. To do that, go back up to chart types, so chart styles here. Look for a chart style where data is already in the pie. You can see there are a lot of different styles here. I'm going to pick this one. Here we go. It's got the number in the pie and it still has this nice legend. Okay, that is all you need to make a relative frequency table for categorical data and a pie chart in Excel. If you have any questions, post them to your discussion board.